So here they come and away they go. The Ginger Man a little bit slow out of the gate, together with Should Have Had That, but they race towards the first. Glidewell and Annie Dalton lead, and it's a clear lead from Mr. Melodious, who races on the inside of the general lead. The Ginger Man, Scott Mail 2, Invisible Man, and Should Have Had That. As they come to the second, and Glidewell's not hanging about, a bit untidy that one. Mr. Melodious, the pink cap in second place for Ali Galliers Pratt. On the outside of that one is the Ginger Man. Between them, the orange jacket is the General Lee. And on the inside of that one, that dark cap is Invisible Man. The white cap next of Should Have Had That and Jane Williams. And bringing up the rear, Scott Mel 2 and Sue Sharrett. They've all safely negotiated those first three fences. On towards fence number 4. Glidewell jumps it well. Scott Mel 2 a little bit detached from the remainder of the field as they race up to that top bend. So 4 fences safely negotiated as they swing right-handed and race on towards their first open ditch. Glidewell with a 4-length lead over the General Lee in second place. 2 lengths then back to Mr. Melodious, who races in third. A length to Invisible Man in 4th place. A similar distance back to the Ginger Man. A length and a half to Should Have Had That. And Scott Mel 2's closed up to within a couple of lengths of that one. All safely over the first of their open ditches as they race now down towards the riverside for the first time. So on to this next plain fence, and Glidewell and the Neil Dalton colours leads by 2.5 lengths from the General Lee. A 6-length cap then back to Invisible Man and Mr. Melodious. Then Should Have Had That, Scott Mel 2, and now the Ginger Man is the one who brings up the rear as they race towards another plain fence. Glidewell with a 3-length lead, jumps that one well from the General Lee. Invisible Man, Mr. Melodious, Should Have Had That. 4 or 5 lengths then back to Scott Mel 2 and another 3 or 4 back to the Ginger Man. So there's this long run now between fences 7 and 8. Glidewell, who's made all the running so far, leads by a couple of lengths from the General Lee in second place. Then Invisible Man, the favourite, is in the third. Closely followed then by Mr. Melodious on the inside of Should Have Had That. Those are the first 5, then they're clear of Scott Mel 2, who in turn is clear of the Ginger Man. So this is fence number 8 they're coming to now. Glidewell jumps it well from the General Lee, Invisible Man, Mr. Melodious, and Should Have Had That. They remain clear of Scott Mel 2, and getting tailed off now is the Ginger Man. So swinging right-handed and racing through their starting point and onto their second circuit on towards fence number 9. And Glidewell has made all the running so far with Annabelle Dalton. Takes that one from the General Lee, Mr. Melodious, Should Have Had That, Invisible Man, Scott Mel 2, and finally the Ginger Man. So this will be the last next time. Glidewell jumps it better this time. From the General Lee, Invisible Man, Should Have Had That, Mr. Melodious. That's a reminder there. And then comes Scott Mel 2. And they've gone well clear of the Ginger Man. So a circuit ahead of them, 8 more fences to jump. They come on now towards fence number 11. Glidewell from the General Lee, Invisible Man, Should Have Had That, and Mr. Melodious. Then Scott Mel 2. And just coming to it now, but tailing off the Ginger Man. Quickly on to fence number 12. Glidewell jumping well in the lead for Annabelle Dalton from the General Lee. The Invisible Man, Should Have Had That. Mr. Melodious beginning to find the going a bit tough now. That one's in 5th place, ahead of Scott Mel 2. And the Ginger Man looks as if he might be going to pull up. He's pulling up at the end of this home straight, I think, as they swing towards their second and final open ditch. So Glidewell with a 3-length lead, got in a bit close there from the General Lee, Mr. Melodious, Invisible Man, and Should Have Had That. They're clear of Scott Mel 2. The Ginger Man is still going. As the main group head now along the riverside, and the Ginger Man didn't jump that open ditch there, so that one has pulled up. As the main group now head along the back straight for the final time. And Glidewell, yet to be headed, leads from the General Lee. And Mr. Melodious should have had that, an Invisible Man. And those 5 have drawn well clear of Scott Mel 2, so just 4 fences to jump. Glidewell by a length from the Cavalry, waiting behind in second place is General Lee. Then Invisible Man should have had that, and Mr. Melodious. But it's still Glidewell by just over a length from should have had that, Invisible Man, the General Lee and Mr. Melodious. And they're about 15 lengths clear of Scott Mel 2. So they've got 3 fences to jump, this long run towards 3 out. And now up front it is Should Have Had That and Jane Williams have gone on from Glidewell. Invisible Man's gone up into second place on the outside of Glidewell, so Should Have Had That from last year's winner Invisible Man. Then Glidewell, Mr. Melodious and the General Lee as they come to take this one. Should Have Had That got in a bit close, and Invisible Man has gone up on the outside of that one. They've gone about 5 clear now of Mr. Melodious, who's gone into third place. The weakling early leader Glidewell's back in the 4th, and the General Lee, and still out the back is Scott Mel 2. So racing into this home straight with just 2 fences to jump, an Invisible Man, last year's winner, has come through to take it up for Feeney Banks at the second last, and Invisible Man is clear of Should Have Had That back in third place, a mistake by Mr. Melodious, and General Lee, Glidewell and Scott Mel 2. So just 1 fence to jump, and Invisible Man comes to this final fence up and over safely for Josephine Banks, and that one's going to take this race for the 2nd year in succession. Should have had that's a bit tired in second place, but he's going to hold that position from Mr. Melodious in 3rd, the General Lee back in 4th, and Glidewell and Scott Mel 2.